Multiversus has been out for a few days now, and the leaks are really starting to heat up. There are some exciting things coming in the future of Multiversus. Not only do we have a huge list of characters that are now guaranteed to at least have started their development, but we also have a list of upcoming maps and some new cosmetics set to make their way into Multiversus. I'm gonna break them all down right here, but before I do, I want to give a major shout out to Multiverse Susie and Usil over on X. They are where 99% of these leaks come from, so be sure to go over there and give them a follow to get a first look at the Multiversus leaks, as well as a more in-depth look into the Multiversus leaks, because to avoid any sort of copyright issues with this video, we are just mainly going to be talking about them. Well, let's go ahead and get started here with some insane characters that are now guaranteed to have hit at least some form of development. We all know of the teased characters inside of the Multiversus trailer, but I'm going to break them down quickly just in case you haven't heard. We have the Powerpuff Girls, Aquaman, Samurai Jack, the Wicked Witch, Dexter, Green Lantern, and Raven from the Teen Titans are all characters that were teased in some way, shape, or form inside of the Multiversus trailer. But you better believe that Player First Games has way more in the works than just that, and it's actually a crazy lineup. Let's go ahead and start off with a new entry from the Adventure Time universe, Marceline the Vampire. Not only are there voice lines that have been found for Marceline, but her name was also found inside of a data file called Character List. On top of all that, there have also been some leaked video files of Rick's voice lines found inside of the game, where he can be found talking to several characters not yet inside of the game, and Marceline was one of them. I'm going to come back to this list a little bit later because there is another reference to a character in here that might definitely end up being a rose amongst the thorns. But we also have a list of cosmetics that are most likely related to Marceline. The names of these being, starting off with the profile icons, they were Mine, Jam the Nightosphere, Fang, Tastic, and BFF, as well as a ring out called Marceline Bat. Pretty straightforward that one has to do with Marceline. The community has wanted Marceline on the roster for a long time now, so it's really cool to see that she will eventually be making her way into the game. We're only just starting off here because next up is Mr. Meeseeks, which not only has some clips floating around of someone controlling a Mr. Meeseeks, but apparently he also has his own mastery data indicating that he might end up really coming into Multiversus in the future. In my opinion, I almost think that the devs might use this character as a dummy character, if you will, to test new moves with. But in all honesty, they could take any new moveset and slap it onto any character inside of the dev mode to test out those new moves. So my theory really does not make any sense. Maybe Mr. Meeseeks will end up in the game. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Next up is another character that is completely out of left field for me, and this is a character coming out of Ruby. There are voice lines of Rick referencing someone using a scythe, as well as strings inside of the files related to a Ruby Rose character, and one of them is called Ruby Rose Reap. I think that the voice lines coming out of Rick are the strongest piece of evidence that we have here for new characters coming into the game, because it only makes sense that once they have these guys inside of the studio, that they would have them record as many voice lines as possible, including voice lines for future characters, even possibly characters that are set out into the distant future. Though honestly, with any of these characters, we don't know how far along in development that they are. When it comes to Ruby Rose, I've only recently gotten into the anime genre, but it really has sucked me in deep, and I have been binging animes the past few months with my wife. So please comment down below some suggestions for me. We need another anime to watch, but seeing this type of character come into the game is exciting to say the least. I watched a tiny little bit of Ruby, and honestly, I can't say it's for me. I would have much rather a character from another game come out, but apparently this show is massively popular. Let me know if you guys have watched RWBY at all and are excited at Ruby Rose possibly making her way into the game. But aside from characters with strings inside of their character files that directly reference them, we also have one to talk about that apparently has some prototype work happening to it, and this, of course, is Daffy Duck. Daffy has been a long expected character to Multiverses, and to see that there is some prototype floating around is really exciting to hear about. I would really love to see them fill out the Looney Tunes side of the roster and start to dig into that nostalgia button. We also have a whole entire list of upcoming Multiverses stages to talk about. I'm just gonna read these off one by one. This is the Water Tower, Teen Titans, Titans Tower, Candy Kingdom, Mouse Wheel, presumed to be coming from Pinky in the Brain's Acme Labs, Cat Concerto, I don't know where that would possibly be coming from, Looney Tunes Mesas, Friday the 13th, The Lake, and Back to the Past. I wonder if we might be looking at any Back to the Future tie-ins possibly. That'd really be trying to hit the nostalgia button of that's older than me. There are honestly all sorts of leaks that you will have to go over to X and see from both Multiverse, Susie, and Usil. I think that's how they pronounce their Twitter handle. I don't know. Go check them out. Including, though, upcoming cosmetics, the Rick voice lines, lists of cosmetics for both current and future characters. There is a lot going on over there. Be sure to go drop them a follow. But that is all that I wanted to break down inside of this video. Hit like if you enjoyed it. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.